welcome back to the Guns and Outdoors channel. We certainly hope that you are doing well out there. Hey, if you're like me and you don't recall this particular manufacturer from a particular country, formerly in Yugoslavia, that makes awesome firearms, that is also not a country that we're all familiar with, like Austria, Italy, Germany, or Hungary, then this video is for you. This particular country in question is, what is? Slovenia. Slovenia. The company, Arex Defense. And the particular pistol right here, Arex Delta X Generation 2. So do us a favor, be sure to smash that like button down below and put it in a proper chokehold while you're at it. Subscribe to the channel and stand by as we get into it. Welcome back. That's right, Slovenia. Wow, let's open her up and get to it, shall we? This is going to be pretty interesting. And I'm going to ask you right out of the gate here, what company or firearms online retailer gives you a pack of gummies? Well, these guys right here, pretty cool. Prepper Gun Shop, really good deal on prices too. They go ahead and tuck in a couple flyers as well on if there's any problems with your orders. I placed my order online, 4 days later it showed up. How cool is that? To the pistol. Kind of neat, get a little insert here. Standard fare on the Arex. And we can see some of our options in the box. Pretty standard, let's drop it. Pistol is unloaded. I'll put the slide back. You guys can visually inspect there. I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way. We'll come back to it. Specifications and rundown. Let me put it on the table here. Let's rock and roll. Traditional standard fare on the slide, black nitrate finish. This is a polymer, resin, glass, plastic. Now, this overall package with these two, when they meet up, your very first notion when you put this in your hand is that it's really light. Little top heavy, but they all are. You can grab any gun, polymer meets metal, and the top of it's gonna be heavier. Definitely notice CZ-esque form factor here for me. It has its own swag, its own personality. Number one thing is this guy looks just awesome. In terms of specs, you're gonna have a 4-inch barrel. A lot of firearms, after doing a lot of reviews, you're at 1.1, 1.2 in slide width. This guy's coming in at 1.1. I think that's good, a little skinnier. They're all getting smaller, slimmer, higher round counts, that sort of thing. Overall length 7.2, height 5.1. This does have a little CZ-esque height over bore, right? Frame to grip. I do like that. I think that's going to manifest well when we go to shoot it tonight. Haven't been to the range, haven't shot this gun, so we'll be doing first impressions on that. The weight is definitely lighter. This guy feels light. Coming in around 22 ounces with an unloaded mag, 22 ounces. You just do a lot of pistol reviews. You really start developing what you like, what your preferences are, that sort of thing. Number one thing I want to say is this guy's got a lot of great features. There's going to be a couple things that we can improve upon it. I'll call them out in the video. Hey, that's what it's about, right? Others like to gloss over some of the things. Since I pay for all this on my own, I'll give you the true and honest review. A lot of you guys definitely should appreciate that. Do appreciate that. Number one thing that trumps all, this is a budget pistol. This is competing against your Canics, your Tauruses. It's in that classification in my mind. Going to be compared to the Glock 19 a lot. Glock 19 introduced one of those. Very, very similar. A little bit longer. Okay. What we love about it though is it's got the 17 grip module, but then it's got the Glock 19 slide. So these guys, comparison against the gold standard, that's where we're at. I'm going to get your attention here. Purchase price, $299. It's freaking nuts, isn't it? Style and appearance, as I spoke about it a minute ago, we'll keep it rolling here. Just freaking phenomenal. Now, we've got multiple options, Arex does. You've got an L that's longer. It's got the full-size frame, longer slide. You've got an M, it's got the shorter frame with the shorter slide, and you've got this X, which is the longer frame and the shorter slide. Trigger pull rate. I've weighed this off camera with our scale. It's coming in at, for me, consistently at 6 pounds, 6.34. All right, I'm gonna attempt to describe what's going on here with the striker. There is something unique. It's a little different from others. I'll just tell you how Arex describes it as a double action striker fired pistol. So what do they mean by that? This first part, this take up, actually is part of the trigger engagement. Sure, you're defeating the first trigger safety tab here. This feels like a half a pound to me right here. That's the first stage. And the second stage, you're on a very defined, distinguished wall. And then as I push through, break. All right, that's where that back half, that 6 pounds comes in. This partially cocks the striker after each shot. So squeezing the trigger completes that cocking cycle and then releases the striker. And that is a unique and interesting thing. I appreciate that. All right, let's move on here. 2 mags, as we talked about. What's interesting, due to the longer frame that the X offers, is we're up there. We're competing against the big boys. We got 17 rounds here, and then it's labeled 17, but we've got an extended base plate. So that's putting us at 19. 17 with our flush fit. Got a nice style and appearance. And then here's our extended. I have size large hands. You can kind of see it there. We've got 3 colors, maybe 4. We've got flat dark earth, we've got standard black as you see here. We've got that gunsmoke gray. And I think if it's for this particular model, there's a Tiffany blue if you're so inclined. But check out their website to be sure. Features included in this guy, let's get into it. We've got a flared mag well, because this is the standard these days. Interchangeable back straps. The medium, got our large, got our extra large, we've got our smalls. Gun's also going to come with a pretty decent cleaning kit with a mop and nylon brush, brass brush. Also, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. They give you all of your mounting plates. What you may or may not know about is these are polymer. But I saw one video online where a guy was smashing them. I mean, they're pretty durable. So you're getting your mounting plates. That's a nice touch. This is an optics ready pistol. There is a tactical version of this pistol as well. If you're looking for that with the threaded barrel, you'd have to go do some inquiries and see where you're at on that. In terms of red dots, what I showed you a minute ago is, my goodness, basically 5 different plates coming in this package. So we've got everything from ability to do all your options, your Vipers, your Venoms, your Buruses. There's another plate that has your Trijicons, your RMRs, your SROs. You've got your Holosuns, you can do the 407Cs, 507s, 508s. There's another plate for a Leupold, Delta Point Pro, Vortex Razors. And if you really want to go smaller so you're not hanging off the back like with the Leupold, that's why I'm probably not going to put my Leupold on here. I'll do one of the smaller optics, fitting that smaller frame. There's a plate for your smaller ones. Let's get cracking and work our way around the gun. Let's move our gummies out of the way. Awesome grip texture all the way around. Great grip texture. They're even putting it up high. Very much like the Polymer 80s to me. So you're getting great grip texture throughout the whole back strap. And that's definitely a positive. We already talked about the flare mag well. If we work around a little bit, we see our lanyard loop, our adjustable back straps, our ability to grip up high. As I work around, as I see a distinctive trigger undercut. Also notice that this is a very big trigger guard. I do like that. Very roomy, glove fingers, lots of room here. The other thing you're gonna notice that you guys have already picked up is a shooter's ledge. I know these are called what? Speed bumps, accelerators. I just call them shooter's ledge. So I do like that. For me, even when you're coming off safety, right? You're coming off, you're pulling the gun, you're going to reholster. This could be an indexing point. Little texture on that side, little index point there. So you're not shooting yourself in the leg like some of these guys out there when they go to reholster. It does happen. You think it doesn't. You go to your local range. Happens out there. So front and rear sights, these are actually metallic. Metal rear sights, that's a nice touch. Blacked out, serrated, right? And then we've got a white front serrated. These sights are average. They're acceptable in my opinion. My recommendation is go to the red dot. So go to the dot and don't worry about it. You can put on HK sights. It is milled for the P series of sights in terms of dovetail cuts, front and rear, if you want to do that. Front and rear serrations as well. They look really cool. I see a lot of knockdown edges. Get rid of the sharp edges. You're not getting caught up on your clothes. When you go to reholster, you can certainly concealed carry this. Matter of fact, I think this is an excellent pistol for self-defense practice or CCW. The way it's looking right now, it's fitting the bill. I did notice that these are not the deepest serrations, so I'm going to go with medium. They're triangular, definitely smooth when you go that way, pretty much non-existent. And when you go this way, that's when you're getting your grip. Towards the front of the gun, we're getting up to our Picatinny rail. We've got multiple slots for your accessories. At the top of the slide, we've got our loaded chamber indicator. Spare parts. You can get your extra magazines online. Go to the importer of record. They got a nice website. That's Global Ordnance. Extra magazines. They don't break the bank. Certainly like the HKs and others. These are only $29-ish. Another thing here that I do want to call out that needs improvement is the magazine. It's fairly well known. The way this is cut actually make this a little difficult to depress. Your mileage may vary, and this is ambi, but it's a little uncomfortable. So to go right to the point, remember what I said, this is a $299 gun. To get all this stuff, that's incredible, right? Is you can get an extended ambidextrous magazine release button. It's only $21. So if you do that, it'll bring it out a little bit versus the concealed carry type of application here. Now, everybody's different. For here, I can't directly press it. If I break my grip, then I'm on it, all right? It's a nice, good, forceful ejection. If you train yourself, muscle memory, cognitive, muscular conditioning, then this may not be an issue. It is a little bit of an annoyance, you'll see. Just get one, spend your $21, and move on. Disassembly and maintenance, very, very simple. You don't have to drop the trigger. You just move it back 1/4 of an inch, pull these 2 tabs down, push forward. You hear that audible click? There you go. Looks very much like a Glock, doesn't it? And that is it. Nice metal, bigger metal tabs. Same thing in reverse. You kind of line it up. Of course, I'll mess it up. Push down, there's that click. Boom, back in action. Simple as that. Easy to do a field strip and a cleaning. A little more difficult to pull the back plate off and to pull your striker out. So just beware there. Trigger, actual trigger shoe. It's a little bit different. It's not a flat face. It's not rounded. It's not curved. It's their own style. And it's not bad. It's not the best, but it's not bad. Talked about our maintenance. Compared it to the Glock 19. Went through all the features. Talked about the price, more importantly. Talked about how the trigger breaks and what the action is like. I'd say that's one fine pistol for the price point, don't you think? Let's go out and hit the range. Stand by. All right, just like that, we're at the range. Here's one last up-close look of the Arex Delta X Generation 2. I went ahead and put a Hollow Sun HS507K X2 on there. It's actually the skinny one, so if you take a look at that, it's really good for concealed carry applications. Red dot. So that mounted up quite nicely. You have to be careful with the plates and your screw lengths, or you can screw something up. I ended up moving away from the polymer plate just because I screwed it up, and I went with an aftermarket custom steel plate on that. And so I got it mounted up nicely, nice and snug, and we're getting ready to give it a go. Oh, in terms of back plate, I think it came with the medium. I did upgrade to the large so it could fit my hand better, because it does have a really skinny frame, kind of like your Glock 48 or your 43. Not quite as skinny as those, but not quite as thick as the Glock 19 or 17. So it's in between. So you can adjust that. That is something to consider, but for a budget pistol, it should work really well for us. I got a splatter target up here. We're gonna send it out to, we'll go 30 feet. So we'll get that going, guys. And then in terms of ammo, nothing spectacular, just shooting what I have in the inventory. It's this DRZ 115 grain, right? Yeah, 115 grain, full metal jacket stuff. Should shoot nicely. So you guys ready? This should be kind of fun. All right, budget pistol. Let's keep it rolling. Let me go ahead and get you guys off to the side. All right. And let's get it cracking. Do a quick dry fire. Make sure the dot's working. Make sure there's no wiggle. I did Loctite this side on there and all that good stuff. I do have the Hollow Sun key if you need to make it an adjustment. Just do a classic one shot in this 19 round mag. And we will, let's just go right down the middle. I'm a little rusty, man. I haven't shot in a while. Oh, good Lord. Sweet. Oh, dang, I'm very surprised. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, shoot. How about that? I need to drop the mic on that. You literally can't get any better than that. Holy jeez. All right, I'll probably screw it up from this point on. So whatever we do now, Let's send it back out to 30. How did it shoot? It felt snappy. I feel kind of a CZ hump, right? So in the grip, and it feels skinny to me. But hey, one shot, we need to give it a little test, a little more. Oh, they're touching. Man, I'm kind of nervous. I don't know why. Oh, failure to feed. I may have been riding the slide. Hold on. See what's going on here. Not sure what that was about. I may have been babying the slide. Hold on. Or limp wristing it. All right, let's see what we got here, boys. Brand new too. Feels good in the hand. Not bad. Definitely got a high round count. Went through that magazine pretty fast. Huh. I like that. Let's pull it in, see what we got. Wow. Let me make sure we're still recording, and we are. We're at 5-minute mark. Yeah, I like it. Gun shoots good. We're gonna send it out to 21 feet, and I'm gonna go back and forth. Try to do a little transition. We'll see what that's like. I just kind of have fun there. Just kind of practicing playing with my dot. Had one in the chamber, so I had to adjust for that. That was pretty fun. Let's pull it in. Yeah. Just mixing it up a little bit. How's that for a little transition? I'll take that, guys. I'll take that. Got them all in. Pretty cool. Yeah, not bad. 21 feet, little transition with the dot. It's pretty nice, pretty fun. All right, good shooter for sure. Sylvanians did a great job, didn't they? Especially for the price. You cannot beat it. I would say definitely it's a good concealed carry gun. Like anything, you're gonna have guns that need to pass your test. Make sure you're comfortable carrying the gun, right? So have you run a proper amount of your favorite concealed carry hollow points or defensive personal defense rounds? Have you run enough full metal jacket rounds through there? That's up to you. But yeah, I would say definitely give it a shot. You can always buy one online. I told you guys where to go. I wouldn't imagine you would find it in your local gun store, so you probably have to buy it online and have it shipped to your local FFL. But other than that, good pistol. I'm happy with the dot. Again, skinnier frame, so it's not gonna have that bulk. It should rest nicely if you IWB or appendix carry on it. Should work just great for you. It's a pretty good shooter. Shot it right down the middle, didn't I? Shot good. I was very surprised, actually. I just bingoed it right in the center mass. So I kind of thought it was, going to be an average shooter because the trigger is not a fine-tuned, high whiz-bang trigger. It's very much a concealed carry. What was it? 6.8 pounds on the trigger pull test when we were doing our tabletop. So it's pretty stout. When you're carrying, some guys like them heavier versus lighter. You don't want to be carrying around a 2-pound trigger. All right, so yeah, I think it's got everything you need right out of the package. It's not perfect. You definitely have to get that extended magazine release button. So make sure you get one of those. The adapter plates, as I spoke about earlier, I went ahead and screwed mine up, so I had to go aftermarket. So it took about a week or so to get that plate in. But that sucker mounted up nicely. This hollow sun's gonna do the trick for me. If you have one of these, what's your experience? Have you modified the back straps? I tell you, these back straps are snug. Unlike that SIG Macro 365 Max Arex where I had the wiggle. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch my video. As far as I know, I was the first to hit the internet with that. And it went over about like a lead brick. You know, hey, you're gonna have tolerance. No, that's, this guy, you can take back straps on and off, and it's very, very snug. That Macro, man, it's a little touchy. Different pistols. This Arex, pretty good. As always, like and subscribe to the channel down below. And until next time, take care of yourselves. All right, have a great year. Happy New Year's to you. Until next time, we're out here. See you.